Put it down next time. Good on you. Awesome song.
Wow.
Now we're all set.
Hold on, wait, let me put my leg down and act like I got some home training. We got guests and shit.
Yeah, no.
You got to see the video there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready? I'm like kind of nervous myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is that?
I think it's because we have like a full set. We haven't had a full set in a while.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of guests recently, but nobody's really pulled up with people in a while, and we're always open to people coming. So we're just like,
This is documentary.
no.
It's kind of like
I feel like in a way,
like cultural documentaries.
in a way, it is a cultural documentary. That was actually a great question, huh?
This looks like it'd be a documentary.
This is really the
Even
start.
on the Arrow, there was the single episode. It was an entire documentary. I skipped it 2 minutes in.
All right. We're going to get into this now, though. Cool? Is that all right? Awesome. Thank you.
What it do is go, it's Pavios, your homie ACM.
Hey, it's your boy O.
And we are the Lingo, baby. Back with an amazing guest.
Already a special episode.
Already a special episode. Like, wow. Wow. All right. MamaBlue. There's many things to, be said about you. But I'm going to let you introduce you. No, all good. But I'm going to let you introduce yourself. And we just going to get into it all.
Let's do it. I'm MamaBlue. Short. People call me Blue for short.
Where you from?
Originally, I was born in Brooklyn. I'm raised all over New York, pretty much. I really can't claim one singular hood.
Where in Brooklyn, like, start?
I was born in Brownsville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally Brooklyn Hospital. That's where I'm from.
Wow.
Like right off of Mother Gaston Boulevard. My family's
Yo,
still
shout
living
out
there.
Mother.
Lots and new lots. Woo, bless. Be careful.
Be careful.
A lot is adding up now because I had questions about of course we'll get into the music soon, but I was just like, why the 3 train on the cover? But
no, that's because actually both the Brooklyn and Uptown, so it's like it goes
all went all the
all
way
up,
through.
right? But yeah, so majority of my life I pretty much lived uptown in the city, in Manhattan, and now I live in the Bronx. Real different.
So everywhere.
Everywhere.
Do you have like a preference in where do you prefer to where do you
I miss Brooklyn.
You miss
Honestly, I
Brooklyn?
love Brooklyn.
Yeah.
All my
I
family's
was
out
hoping
here.
you
I
said
literally
that.
been
I
hitting
ain't
up
gonna
all my
lie.
I'm not
family.
gonna lie, yeah.
I've been hitting up all my family today. I'm like, you guys busy? Like, are we out here? Can we link up? And
Yo, it's
Yeah, because to get a Bronx head to Brooklyn is a
I'm like, we
trip.
outside.
Like, to really have to do that now, like
it's a commitment. That's why we appreciate you having taking the
Making
time
it,
to come out
Appreciate
here
y'all
for
having
real.
me. I'm sorry I was late.
No,
That Bronx
no.
traffic is no joke, bro. It's really it's disgusting. Like on a daily.
It took you down the FDR?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yup.
You're gonna end up stuck on that for a while.
No, nothing about that.
You don't need to.
You don't need to.
You don't
bro.
need to.
That's
You
why
don't
I'm
want
you
to.
should know how to drive. Like you should learn, but
I'm
having a
getting
car is not necessary. Just know
It-
how to drive.
It's not, but it is. I'm learning. Like I mean, at least I don't know if you want to do shit. If you want to get
Really,
shit done,
get
it's
shit
like,
done.
yeah.
The car, it's
The whip is
essential.
always necessary.
True.
But like on a day to day, these trains are just so convenient.
Yo.
Like,
They
it's-
work.
They
You know
work.
what I'm saying?
They
They work.
Can I say very fly fit right now?
As always,
Thank
though.
you. I appreciate
As
it.
always.
No, for real. The first time we met was Uptown actually
Facts.
at
Escape.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, the Escape
Yes.
show.
That was a fire show.
That was a fire show. You
Yo.
had a fire fit on. The all swirled denim.
Where did I even get
Two-piece.
that?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you, true word, because that shit was fire.
Oh my god, the story with that fit is actually crazy. So I ordered that for another show, or I don't remember what it was for, but I had ordered it through Nasty Gal, and I actually only did that because I had a good experience with them before. Nasty Gal,
It's a
an
shopping.
overseas shop.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
Like
Like
in
Shein?
the UK.
Not
No.
cheap like Shein.
Yeah,
Okay,
not on
it's
the
a little
same.
hot.
A little bit. Like what's the other one?
It's like Pretty Little Thing and shit.
No.
You don't think so?
Oh my gosh.
Learning.
Where they have they always got the boots, the crazy
The
shoes.
Demonia shoes?
It's losing my mind right
Sorry.
now. But yeah, I ordered that for a show. Ended up there was a whole mix up with it, and I had literally a whole spiral depression because it didn't come in time, and I ended up having to make a whole fit up the next day, and ended up coming the following day. And then I had another shoot that I was gonna use that for, and I never fucking used it. And I finally like I've just been I was waiting for the perfect show, and I feel like that was like
yeah. It all came together for that moment.
so perfectly. Yes.
For that exact moment.
I felt good. The performance was good. I met fucking good people.
Great people, facts. Yeah. Ever since then, like, we've been talking about you, for real. Like, ever since we met you. Because, like, me and him obviously chopped it up. We've had a couple people from the performance, like, on since. Yeah. And, like,
I feel like we're completing that one picture.
We're completing we've completed the picture now. Like, of me.
Of New York City.
Yeah,
of
me prepping you. Because we have prep on, now we have you on. I feel like me and O in general have brought up this aspect of, like, our top performers of the night, you know,
I'm glad I missed him though.
Nah, but you were definitely on the list. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, marquee performers, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just from like the energy and like the control of the audience, and so it made me curious. Like, do you have like how long have you been like performing in the city?
And making music in general.
Well, like when it comes to performing, I've literally been performing my whole life. Like I started out dancing, so like I've been on the stage literally as early as 5.
Right.
So like I kind of have never been shy in that respect. But as far as like music goes, I didn't start until 2017. Like really like recording and making music, and actually he was my biggest push. He was always hitting me up like, "You still writing? Like, what are you doing? Like, pull up." And I would never do it. I was very self-conscious and everything, all that in between. And then finally 2018 I started performing, and the rest is history. I haven't stopped since. Like, 2018 I was full on almost back-to-back shows all the time, but I only had one song out with him pretty much, and then so it's pretty much been that long I've been performing my own music.
Right.
But yeah.
We gotta get a name for him all.
Dula. My fault. This is Dula Pure. Y'all can't see him. This is Dula. This is my man. It's my ride or die. It's my backbone, all that in between.
You guys started recording together, or like was like a duo thing, or was it like?
I mean, no, it was just like just like the homies pull up for a safe, and then be like, "Oh, you hear this beat," and we get on the beat, or things like that. Like he would have open verses and have me like go on and freestyle or things like that. But he I don't remember where I got my first. We have like in-house producers, like pretty much our whole like little crew. We call them we OBB. OBB. And we have three producers, right? Carter, Steez, B-Waves, and then we got our boy Caesar, who's another rapper, Preem C, Kata Manchier, Dula Pure, and myself. So like we always would just get together, link up, cook up, and
keep it natural.
Yeah, it was just always, niggas get high, we smoking, we just listening to beats, they making beats. And one of the first tracks I did, you can find on SoundCloud, Wishful Thinking. That was one of the first things I ever recorded. We were in my boy Preem's crib. And after that, then they started, they trusted me a little bit to start getting on songs. They're like, hold on, we got this verse for you. Hold on, we got this, we got this song, these beats. And then after that, it's just more like one of those organic things. Like, if we hear a beat together, we'll get on it together. If not, we give you your time to record, do what you do, and we all chilling. Type shit.
Nice.
Yo, no, so I think that's, I think the city's one of those places that really fosters things like that, you know what I'm saying? To have people
artists just coming together.
Yo, and coming back from the city, this is 1 year since I've been back from college, officially. So I'm now starting to tap into that, and I start you're becoming one of those people that's been prominent. I'm seeing perform, shout out our homeboy Don Julio. I know you're at the performance, and talking to Rough Riders Radio.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, so
I'm hoping to supposed to get in Miss Info. She was fire. It was kind of quick. It was quicker than I expected. Because we're supposed to initially they kind of made it seem like it was gonna be a little bit more intimate. In a sense, but it was I feel like you couldn't even hear really. I couldn't hear what she was saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can hear what I was saying, but I still have yet to see that footage.
Right.
But they did invite me to the studio up in Yonkers to go actually
not
have a
far.
one-on-one interview. Right, not too far from me now. But yeah, have yet to do that. So I'm excited for that. That's gonna be pretty dope.
Separating your time as as a creative, your own personal time, and also just being a mom, so that's one of the hardest jobs in the world. I can only imagine.
Full time.
Full time. They don't stop. So it's please.
Yeah, I mean that's been quite a roller coaster to say the least. But I mean I just been blessed because she's honestly, I don't know, and it's not because just she's my kid, but like she is one of the best kids I've ever met. Like she's always been very just calm, like very. I've never had to do too much or like repeat myself too much, and she's never had a problem, being dragged around. Like there was times that, late night studio sessions that I would have to take her with me, and she'd be there on the couch just slumped, and I'm in the booth, and just it's also been great because I've always been around people I trust too, because I don't fuck with people like that. We from New York, so it's very circles be small, and but like I've always had whoever I have in the studio with me, like I know I trust them to, if I have to step into the booth, like I got no problem, like if they gotta just watch that, look at her face, look after her for a second, but I don't know. I mean, for me, it's really been a journey because it's not easy trying to balance it all and just also just regular life, like we gotta like work and shit and do all that stuff, and she's just a really patient and really good kid, and she's also she likes to get in on the music too. Like she didn't mention though that she freestyles too. She got some bars. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. She will sit there and we'll throw a beat on and she'll throw her little. I mean you hear it in my last project. I decided to put the intro and the outro, add her into it because this one day we were just messing around and I was really like in the zone. Like I was listening to beats nonstop for like a week straight, just trying to find new things. And I think that was during the time that I was recording a lot of the songs that I did for my project. And she was like 5 at the time, maybe. She's 7 now, going on 8. Yeah, she's a lot. Thank you. But like we were like fresh out the showers. That's why you hear at the end when she said "Mama's naked and she can't shake it." Like she literally was just going. Like she was just she was just spitting what she sees.
Off the dome, yeah.
Straight off the dome, and she's just always been just very interactive too. Like she's great. I can't really complain or like speak for other mothers that are trying to do what I'm doing and give too much advice because every kid is not the same. But it's definitely been a journey, and she's just been more than willing to ride with me on it, and that's my rider for real. Like so
it's beautiful. Like starting the album like that, it kind of, I think it brought me to a place of thinking about like Megan Thee Stallion and her mom when she was a kid, and like she was following her mom, going to studio sessions with like with crazy because like she was a part of a crew as well, and like so like seeing those like mirroring like stories, it's just like it's kind of beautiful to see like when you raise your kid in like an art form and like to see what happens in just in one generation,
Right. So I'm very curious to see where she goes with this.
No, she's into a lot.
Yeah, she's into a lot of things. It's interesting to see where she's gonna go like with it. Like
exactly.
And I
could go anywhere.
MC might be there. MC
because she has the personality. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
you see, she has no problem. She will speak up with no problem.
And I feel like you gotta be like that to be an artist.
Oh yeah.
I like y'all dynamic on the intro as well. Like, she was like, okay, so no more bars, so I'm about to come back.
She's like, it's my turn. I don't know if you heard one of the parts too. She said something. I was like, what? She's like, just go with it. She's like, just go with the flow. I'm like, okay, you got it. Like, don't worry.
So that's her process. So what's your process more like in the studio? Are you like,
my process has gotten a little different over time. Like now, so actually my couple the songs that I'm planning to release actually very soon. Keep an eye out for that.
Okay. Heard it here first.
I went through that kind of like how I think a lot of artists do now, where they just throw on the beat and they get in the booth and they mumble and then just throw some words in there and
eventually
form something. But like for me, a lot of the time, like I my shit is always usually so personal that like give me the beats, I'm go home and I'm gonna sit in my room and I'm gonna listen to them over and over and I'm gonna write and then I'm gonna make sure it's perfect before I get in the booth and let anybody hear it.
Right.
Even my engineer, like I would always just do that. So like my last project, that Dmgd Good project.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask.
Dmgd Good.
I was gonna ask you.
Like, is it a secret?
Dmgd Good.
Okay, so that
Did you do it like that just to shorten it? Like, or did you specifically do it that like for a different reason?
Nah, I did it to shorten and kind of fuck with people's heads and see who
No, you
figure it
got
out.
me.
I mean, it works with the cover as well, of like the chopped up, like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
lines.
I ain't gonna lie, with the cover, I was just like,
Oh my god, that cover art. It's my boy Blair the Show, my boy from Philly. That man is
she was
a
fire.
fucking genius.
yeah,
And
no, like the cut ups. What immediately got me was we said we were talking about it.
The 3 train.
yeah, and now it's dope just to have that connection. Like I feel like you're I just move straight down the 3 line. My pops still on new lots. Like, yeah, so I go like new lots every day.
L
So,
train at 3 line.
yo, right? Yeah. Oh man, we don't get caught underneath there. That's a spooky area.
Is it now?
Unions? Nah. Livonia?
Yeah, you say like Unions there. You know you from Brooklyn. People just say Juniors.
I'm like, nah. Okay. You
Yeah.
shouldn't go there if you say it like.
Right. You should not go there. You don't belong here.
But diving deeper into the project, now that you mentioned that it's called, Damaged Goods, I think it contextualizes it a little bit more for me. And you also saying that, you don't really let anyone get into that process and listen to it. I had a question about you said on Part Pan. Am I saying that?
Peter
PTR?
Pan.
Peter Pan.
Pan.
Now
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm like PT Part. Anyway,
It would have been PRT.
listen, I can't read with all the letters.
You're
in
dyslexic
there, bro.
anyway,
So it's alright.
so-
So no hard
Which
since.
is not a problem.
I'm working on it. So you haven't had a heart since '93, and I wanted to know like that kind of like poignant to me.
I was born in '93.
I already knew that because I saw the tattoo.
Yeah. I was born in '93. I was like out the womb. No heart. I'm heartless.
Interesting. Okay, I like that because then you you was not here to have one.
Right.
Copy.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, what happened? Like
What
I
happened in
didn't.
'93? Nah, I was born and it was kind of not to say I'm emo, but I was always a very emotional kid. You know,
Yeah.
I went through a lot of depression growing up.
Because that delivery sounded like, damn, something happened. I'm like, oh no, my birth. I'm
My
like,
birth
oh.
Okay.
ain't asked to be here. No. But yeah, that's where that came from. I haven't had a heart of me since '93. Yeah, just kind of.
It's kind of like.
Like,
I don't
touched
know.
you a little
Yeah,
bit,
like I
right?
ain't gonna lie, 'cause I really didn't know. Like, so I'm like, wow, say that like, and even like you said, like you're more of like you're an emo, or you said you're in that lens. The fit right now is giving a little,
A
like
little
emo
bit.
drip.
Yeah, emo
Got my
drip.
DMX shirt on, RIP. The man, bless him.
Very facts.
So it's one of your inspirations. Or
Oh, definitely, yeah, hell yeah. Oh my gosh. It's dark and all is hot. Sorry,
Now, so just going more into that, then who would you say? Because I feel like, I don't know, me personally as an artist, I got people who inspired me to like keep making music, but then there's people who inspired me in terms of like how I actually like rap and make music. You know what I'm saying?
I never really know where to go with that question, like, cause that's not even something that I really ever put a lot of thought into, and as crazy as an artist, like I definitely should, but I just like I have such a broad spectrum of the like genres I listen to and the artists I listen to. Like I listen to old school, like 50s music and like 70s and like Billie Holiday, like things like that. So to say like where like my rapping style, a lot of people always say I sound like Tupac, like a female Pac, like which always catch me off guard. But then when I listen back to a lot of my music, at least my older joints, I end up hearing it. I'm like, oh shit, that was very Pac-ish of me, like like just like the delivery, like the cadence of things sometimes. I feel like a lot of my wordplay maybe like could be from Eminem, because I was a huge. Oh my God, I think I could still verbatim spit every single one of his bars, from his older albums.
I feel like it's funny that like you're like they're comparing to like these like this demographic of like artists. I think the first song I really like sat down and listened to yours, I think believe it was TikTok, like most recent, and the lane I was just like, this gave me very much like a Ruby Rose like lane,
Really?
like there's certain like songs, the energy. I'm just like, okay, like
It's
you go.
interesting. I'm not too familiar with her music as an artist.
I would say I made the comparison 'cause I feel like she has like an intensity and like passion when she raps and like she gets into like a pocket, but like it's really bars heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, and I think you would fuck with her. Like generally,
I'm
like
definitely gonna listen to some more of that.
yeah, and like, but I think she also has like an aura of like that's very like commanding, and not in a sense of like she's just, especially when she performs, like she's not trying to like assert that down, but she just already kind of gets
Her energy just brings it. Okay.
And I kind of make that connection from watching you perform a few times. You definitely have that stage presence.
I definitely want to listen to her some more because I mean, not for nothing. I don't really listen to a lot of these new artists. I just feel like the game is just so oversaturated, and not for nothing. I just listen to a lot of like my homies' music. Like I just listen to a lot of their shit and like a lot of their unreleased stuff. And I be caught up just trying to get my own shit together, and because life's been kicking my ass, so I've just been focusing on like really doing that because anyway, before I go off on that, there's a lot going on there. But as far as these new artists, I haven't really been too caught up, and like I feel like I kind of live under a rock. And when people mention certain artists, I'm like, wait, who?
Yeah.
Huh?
So what's your favorite like era? Like what did you like?
Definitely like the 90s.
90s.
It's just that old school. I don't even call it old school. Just that real school. I feel like it's like that official like just. I feel like that's when music was music. Like people genuinely made it like it was for a reason. It wasn't just to be. I don't know.
To your point, I feel like people like. I think people wanted they want to like go somewhere with their music, where I feel like maybe like right now a lot of people like
it really is about this clout shit for me.
Yeah.
To
Go back to
a lot of people want to just be in rooms with people. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people just want to like say or be this thing of like doing it. I don't know, bro. Like there's a lot of like what's the word? Damn, I'm a writer. I should know this word.
Where's my dictionary?
Like the term I'm trying to say is disingenuine, but like I feel like there's a word for it. But there's just a lot of that.
Facade?
No, not really. There's a lot of there's short.
Fabricated.
The
like
term I'm
so
trying
many
to say is like
synonyms.
there's a lot of like disingenuineness in the game right now, like between people, like you know what I'm saying, like like it's very hard to meet people where you're genuinely like. There's a love and respect for like what you do. You really put time into your craft. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who like not even to say like this is never to shit on people in their craft or whatever, but it's like there's a lot of people who just kind of like do it just to kind of do it, to mess around, to experiment.
Like it's a hobby, and it's like but I really do this.
But I really like live and breathe this, bro. But I really like spend countless of time, hours, money, like I feel that.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate right quick, right?
Go ahead.
So, like, even there was a conversation we were having earlier about drug, and, like, people were talking about having, like, their other hobbies and side things. And I was going to say, like, a lot of people are artists doing that, trying to find the other avenues to, like, either, support themselves or, like, find an audience. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might make music and you're thinking, like, yo, like, a Soho head might love this, like, kind of music. Like, I can picture myself, because he's probably that type of person, so like, they start like I'm a stylist. They start doing like the
that
you know what I'm saying,
to
like
get to the other.
But do you think people be making music the secondary thing for the other like things nowadays, or like is that the fabrication of it? Like because I feel like in the 90s,
there's definitely a possibility. I
see it. Saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I see what you're saying, but I don't necessarily think it's that like. I don't know, bro. I feel like. Everybody think they could be a rapper now, bro. That's really what it is. Like, everybody think that they could do this shit because they think it's so easy. And because for some people, it is really that easy to just say some shit off the dome, bro.
Matter of fact,
that don't mean you need to be a rapper, bro. Like, respectfully, like, it's just, like, this aspect of, like, there's a lot of people who out here spitting bars or doing this 1, 2, and it's like, who am I to say you're not an artist? Who am I to say you're not? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and who am I to speak on somebody else's drive?
That's
for
why I be
it?
so conflicted.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
who am I? To, who am I to say now? You don't put in the work for it.
Right.
But there's people, bro, that you just meet them and then there's just this again disingenuous thing about it that's just like.
Like, you really just pulled up to, you just want to have some fun? Like, that's
You just wanted the clout, bro. You wanted the clout of being here. Like, it wasn't
cool
like.
If it's fun for you, that's great. But, like, make some room for the people that really.
Like, it's their livelihood, bro.
Like, I got no plan B right now. This is it.
This
like,
is low key, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I hear you on that one.
But, like, matter of fact, Lotto, who's actually, one artist that I really love and I fuck with, and, I just been put onto her a little bit more, and I didn't even realize how long she's really been doing this.
Right.
But in her last album, she mentioned she had a bar. She said, obviously spitting at women, but like I don't know if you selling records or you selling sex. And like that's exactly how I feel about a lot of these. Like there's a lot of women that have been getting acknowledged, specifically in New York too. That just. When I say overnight, and it's not for their bars or not for anything else, but just genuinely off of them posting their bodies and doing all that stuff, and then they decide, oh wait, but I spit too, or like wait, but listen to this, I'm about to go in the studio and then watch me in my half naked gear, spin this freestyle. But it's like, can we actually listen? Like we just watching, we just looking at you now. Like when I want to hear what you're actually saying. Like if you're actually saying anything, and it's just like it doesn't ever seem to be that. And it's frustrating. Like I feel like for people like us,
I feel like sex is always gonna sell. You know, that's just always gonna be the thing. And I think like I personally I'd be very conflicted on even like the topic because like bro, we in a male dominated game, so I can never like I get it, I hate it, bro. I'm with you. I'm on the same page as a person who don't rap about like sex. Personally, like as a person who don't like or like that's not the persona, that's not the brand. Like that's not my brand.
It's not bedroom genre.
It's not bedroom genre. It's not the brand. Like the whole vixen look is not my brand. It's not your brand. Feel me? So I hear you when I say that's like it's kind of this thing of it being like I don't like that. That's what it is, and that's what gets popping. Same way drill is what gets people popping in the city right now, and it's like I'm not a drill artist. I could be one, bro, but it's so remedial to be one now, bro. Like it's very like it's getting real, like bro. It's getting tiring because the major names are the major names for a reason. They'll still be the major names. I'll still listen to their stuff. Even the people coming in, like we always have this conversation every few months, bro. When like drill can only change so much from the sound that it is. Like the samples is doing something. Because it's giving people different
I'm really thinking this R&B drill stuff that's going on.
That's
like it's it's kind of.
But again, so like speaking on the women, like it's this thing of like I'm always giving them like cool, bro, your props because you making space in a male dominated thing right now.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, like it's very hard going into the genre.
I just want to clarify. I didn't say what I said to take away from female artists. I would never do that, especially in the industry that we're in. Like, if you're doing it, do it,
bro. Yeah.
But it's just frustrating for me personally, as somebody that's like really been working and really been doing it. It's just like, all right, but that's not my MO. So am I not gonna get put on because I don't show y'all what I look like? Like, should I wear tighter clothes so that y'all can listen to my music? Like, you feel me? Like it's just one of those things.
It goes down to like, bro, even at Don Julio's event when we was talking to a homie from Rough Riders, he was asking what kind of music I make. And I told him like, like I like to make gritty music, like that's my thing. He was like, okay, so you're not making like sexual music. I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, okay, good, like, cause we're not looking for it personally, but it showed me like that was what he was already like. Assuming a picture because I'm a quote unquote female in the genre or like female presenting person in the genre, so I get it. So it's like, and it's kind of unfortunate that that's also like the niche now, because it's like this thing of like, so when I go up and spit some bars and then everybody gotta come back to me afterwards like, yo, I didn't expect you to. Well, why not though? Like. Why not? What'd you expect? Like, you expect me to go up there and sing? A lot of people be on some, so you sing? Like, whenever I'm like, I'm an artist, they're like, yo, so you be singing? I'm like,
why? Because I'm a woman?
I'm like, nah, I be rapping, bro.
Is that something that you had to even, like, come to face? Because, like, Money has talked about it on the podcast a few times. Like, which always one thing for, like, the people around you support you and stuff like that. But then, like, I know for women in the game, it's hard because, like, dudes are sexist and they
Facts.
won't listen
Bro,
to
I've been
somebody.
traumatized by these niggas out
Facts.
here, bro. Like, not even. Oh,
Facts.
matter of fact, I had one show pre-pandemic. I think it was actually the last show that I did, with the Levita Gold. It was one of the ones that he did like on Wall Street. He used to do all these shows.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So, they were actually lit.
That's
They
tough.
were actually pretty dope.
That's kind of tough.
But I literally had an experience with. So I'm at the bar. I was waiting for my people to pull up too. So I was there by myself at first, and I'm just
chilling, whatever.
yeah. Cute small girl, and got all these niggas around, and dude pulls up to me. He's trying to spit, and I'm just like, I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. I'm actually trying to get in my zone right now. And I was very standoffish, very, I have my attitude. I'm New York. I'm very, just shut the fuck up.
Right.
Clearly not interested. And, he, whatever, I ended up performing. And he comes to me after. He was like, yo, I didn't expect you to, that was a lot. You seem very, very quiet and very, very shy. And you just came up with all this energy. And I didn't expect you to be spitting like that. Like, that was real shit. Like, I love your energy. It was like, thank you. I appreciate that. But why didn't you expect that? Why didn't you expect that? What do you mean? It's kind of frustrating. But I get the same thing. It's always the same thing.
Bro.
Like, oh, but you don't.
And it's like, it's particular with like y'all who are small and petite. Like you, Des, like our friend Des who raps, like, especially because she's the same way, like she raps with like a lot of bass in her voice, like mad bar heavy. So every time after, people are like, yo, I didn't expect you to, like, literally we were upstairs after her performance, and the dude who was running the performance, she said something, she was like, do I look like a nigga? And he was like, you rap like one. And I was like, nah. I looked at her, I was like, he not wrong. And I was like,
It's like, but I don't take offense though.
I don't think he does. So it's like, I hear you on that. It's weird, bro. It's weird going into this game.
And just the amount of, like, just even the amount of producers or just like people that claim to want to work. And it's like,
and they don't.
But then
they want to be on fuck shit.
You want to be in my DMs, sending me hearts and smileys, but I want to collab with you.
I hate the business to pleasure route, bro. I hate the business to pleasure route. It's so strong in this industry, bro. And it's not just other rappers. It's producers. It's photographers. It's it's that. Bro. Photographers are the worst low key genre of them all. It's just this thing, bro. Like, the business to pleasure route is uncomfortable.
Not for nothing photographers, but I feel like producers even more so, because it's like that predatory shit. Because like, you gotta be alone in the room with me.
You gotta be in the
shit,
studio type.
Like on some soundproof walls and shit, and you want to sit like, and I don't know. It's just very weird. It's very, very weird, and it's always, I mean, not just my own experience. Like, I've heard from even just other women. It's like, we really just, our guard has to be up so much more, and it's just so sad to me, because it's just like, we really out here just trying to create, and that doesn't ever seem to be the agenda. So it's like, when I get approached, I'm very, very standoffish, and I'm very straightforward and very blunt, and I'm like, I tell niggas, I'm like, okay, this is how I work. If you with that, then cool. And a lot of times they end up running away scared. They're like, oh shit, or like never respond to me again. Or a lot of times they're like, nah, I respect that. Like, I'm literally on the same type of time. And that's how I weed out who I work with and who I don't. But it's just, niggas are weird. I'm gonna just say that.
I feel like if you can't be a real professional, even want to have a business and pleasure-esque relationship, because why would you? That, like, you're putting so much feelings involved, you're putting so much, like, egos.
So much on the line.
Yeah, bro, when this can all be about
one or the other.
Creating.
Like, you want to make money or not?
Yeah.
Because we can do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, but then they want to just jeopardize that and put that all on the line for what? A bus? Like, bus? Not, like, what? Like, I never understand it.
So do you tend more to, like, just focus more on the collective and, like, work together?
Absolutely, yeah. I always end up telling people, like, now I have my in-house, but if you really want to work, then, send me some beats. That's all I tell them. Send me some beats. Let me hear what what you're working with, or what you have an idea. Because then people will hit me up on some, I hear you on, we should get together and link up. I'm like, okay, well, let me know exactly what you have in mind. You could send me some samples, send me some ideas, and, I can see if I really want to work with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because otherwise, I'm just going to, you just want to see how people, I hate when people hit me up with let's vibe. I want to vibe with you.
Let's vibe.
Like, Like, I vibe by myself. I vibe with my homies. Like, I don't know you. I don't need to. Like, but then I also, like, I've grown to try to be a little bit more open, because I realize, like, because I have that standoffish, I'm so standoffish at times with that. Like, I don't want to block my blessings in the same, same respect. So it's like, it gets weird. It gets very.
Honestly, I feel like that's a huge thing. I was having a conversation with somebody and they were saying that like New York is becoming like this like manufactured thing. Like people are like not really. I feel like if someone is like supporting you like and not like once and like no like consistently, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if they can make it to a show, they pull up to a show. If they're doing something, like even like resharing some music, and then sometimes people will be doing things behind the scenes and putting like speaking good name, good fortune on you, without you even knowing. But it's like I feel like those are the best ways to know like
absolutely
who to work with. It's really hard. It's
hard. But speaking on that, actually, so I'm about to start working with a videographer. His label is Uncontrolled World, and actually that freestyle that I dropped, that he's the one that recorded that.
That's fire.
So thank you. But I miss about so far. Like he's so fire because that's one of the people that he initially would like be in my DMs and then, but like he would want to talk. Like, oh yeah, how you doing today? Like, oh how's everything? Like what are you up to? And I'm just like.
I'm one of those people. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm like,
that
you want to talk about work or like my day? Like,
you.
I don't want to talk about my day. Like, that's small talk. I don't even small talk in real life. Like, I don't like that shit. It makes me feel awkward. Yeah. And I always just shut him down. I'm just like, yep, good. Have a good day. Bye. And but he's one of those that he would pull up to every show. Like, if he said that he was pulling up, he would pull up, and it's literally just like off the strength and off the love, and like he'll record, he'll take pictures, and he mentioned that he wanted to do that acapella shoot. He pulled up. Matter of fact, I was supposed to shoot a video for TikTok, and that was something that oh my god, it did not go as planned. I sent invitations for everybody. That was the first project that I came out of pocket, like fully out of pocket. Dula came out of pocket on that. I promoted it. I had food for everybody. I had drinks. I was like, we gonna be lit. Nobody showed up. But he was one of the few. He was like, yeah, we here, like we outside. A few other people showed up too, but he was one of those that I realized like he's just genuinely supporting. Yeah. And like, it was one of those things like I could have really been blocking my blessings because now he's about to shoot my videos for this upcoming project and he's just really like willing to work with me on that. And I'm just like, yeah, that's amazing. But it's like, I really could have, if I just like shut this nigga down completely, I'd be assed out right now. Trying to really figure it out.
But who's I ain't gonna lie.
Who's to know though?
Yeah, who's to know? Because you never know what people's intentions are. Like, the networking thing is hard. I feel like that's real though. Like, to understand like someone as a person. Also like, I want to work with you as an artist, but I'm generally like, right. How's your family? Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how you doing? I want to make sure you're good too. Like, and I get that now with him specifically, but it really just. You just never know.
Especially literally the dude who just did my cover art used to always swipe up on my shit like a little comment here, like, and it was always very like,
what are your intentions?
Yeah, I don't know if you're flirting, like just a little thing here, right. And it was just like, hey, how are you? Like shit like that, and I was just like, bro, like I don't know you, like I don't. Why are we? Okay, cool. And then I had asked for like digital illustrators, and he responded. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And then I remember his shit was fire. And then every time we would text to like update each other, he would always be like, he was very respectful. I realized he's just respectful as shit. Like he's always just be like, he was very like, good morning. I hope you're having a good day. Like I hope you have a great day at work. Like he was very just like.
He just had a good mother. That's all.
Literally, like he was raised right, bro. Like he was like, he was raised right. Like I was like, we're this Puerto Rican kid from Jersey. Like. Cool ass kid.
That's good
like
business, bro.
That was good business. I was like, I like that. I appreciate that.
Because you do want people, like, you want to work with people that care about you too. Like, it's not just,
people that care about the work that you're doing. Right. Like, that's been a big thing. Like me, I just started making music like what, 3 years ago, 2 3 years ago.
Shit.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man.
So, like, I'm 20. I'm 22. So like so consider like. Around a lot of people I've been around, a lot of them are like, oh, you're young. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I guess, like, yeah, I got time.
But you got a very old soul.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like, I get that a lot. But I say all that to say, damn, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry, that was my fault.
Damn, I was really going somewhere with it, too.
Run that back.
Until
we were just talking about the good business, and then I lost it.
I think someone talking about recording. Because I was gonna ask, like, you said, like, that was your first time having something coming out bread pocket with the money and stuff. Like being an independent artist, like, you know, and like having a family, like, yo, like how is that, like, even not even on a budgeting sense, but like when do you know, like, okay, cool, I'm gonna throw money on this, and like,
well, that's been my thing, is that actually, like I said, that was the first time I really came out of pocket for pretty much my entire music career thus far. I had somebody oh, I don't know, something happened. I had somebody pretty much helping like fund me and like sponsor me in a way, and he was acting as a manager in a sense. And yeah, so I didn't really have to worry about certain things. Like he would be paying for studio time. Like when I say I've been blessed, like I've really been blessed with like a whole team and a whole family that just have been riding for me like throughout this whole thing. And I just know a lot of people don't get that, and that's not something that comes very often, that people just genuinely believe in you and are like, nah, like we gotta make this work somehow, like we're gonna make it happen. So I haven't really had to worry about things like that. So now is when I'm actually kind of really, this is stressing me out. But I'm figuring it out here and there. Like I because I've networked, I feel like so well, and I've actually put myself out there, against my comfort, like out of my comfort zone. I've just built these relationships with people that are willing to now work with me, you know, on a budget and work with my budget as a mother and like, you know, things like that. So it makes it a lot easier. So like networking is really, really fucking important. Like the way you go about it is really important. Like I always make sure I show love no matter what. You know,
you never know.
You really never know. But it's not even like, you know, it's never, I don't ever do it to look for something, but it's just like, yo, like,
No,
I love you. I'm looking out for you.
Facts,
like, you feel me? Like back for the time.
Facts. No, I hear that.
It's putting good energy into the world.
Right, and
you
that's
know
what I
I'm
want to do. And it's like, and I just, as a matter of fact, in Chances, my song Chances from what was that? Was that on Dmgd GDS? Oh, I don't even remember now. No, that was on my first album, Opaque. I said, what did I say? Goddamn.
It's the intro.
Oh, you give what you get. You get what you give. And I genuinely believe that. Like, you get what you give. You, like, don't live with no regrets. Like, you just give it. Just give your love, and eventually it's gonna find its way back to you. Like, I genuinely believe it, and I'm literally reaping what I sow right now. Like, I gave all this love out, and I literally got directors and videographers hitting me up like, nah, don't worry about the bread right now. Like, we'll figure it out, and let's get this work out. Like, you know, like, that's crazy to me. Like, I feel like nobody is on that type of time in these days, and it's really, really a blessing. So, yeah.
Wow. What showing love will get you so far, you know, it'll get you so far in this world. And I think I'm glad to say, I think that's becoming the new norm of, like, people creating, like, their own, like, boutique, like, photography, video design, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, and other artists are working together, so it's like everybody siphon the same $50. You know what I'm saying? Just,
I feel like a lot of artists are collaborating more now, like just putting together shows and just really making shit work, because it really is about the culture. Like the underground is really like slept on, not for nothing, but like that show that that was crazy. I'm like, all these people, I never even heard you before. Like and it's like, I don't know, it's just, I needed more of it. We need more of it.
Exposure events like that.
Yeah, and building an audience. Can you talk to me on like how like you over the years, some creative ways you like try to like target your audience, like build it, like whether it be like, you know, merch with like albums or with projects and shit like that?
Well, I've done. I mean, I'm a smoker, and like a lot of everyone, pretty much everybody I know smokes, and it's one of those things for me. I feel like it brings people together. Like, and you know, it's just one of those things. You just sit in a group. You don't even have to talk sometimes, and just vibe. Listening to music or whatever the case is, or you siphon and then you literally siphon, like, you know, spitting bars or whatever the case is. So a lot of my merch has always been lighters. I love lighters. So I've been making lighters. Stickers is my thing too. And I've always had people, like, if people always ask me for stickers, and I've found my slaps everywhere. Like, people have found them on the trains and just will take a picture and tag me in it, and they're like, oh shit, like MamaBlue. And things like that. So yeah, like stickers and lighters. I'm trying to get shirts and things out. Yeah. But that's a whole nother, that goes into that whole budget thing.
Right,
so
right,
I'm working on that. Working on that, but lighters. I love lighters.
Lighters, and I feel like I never have one lighter for too long.
Right,
so it's like,
right.
It's moving, promotion, like
somebody gonna take, it's gonna end up somewhere. Shit. And I always make sure I have, you know, my Instagram tag on it, and trying to get put QR codes on those.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the way to go.
That's the new thing now.
It is.
In my neighborhood, this dude, he was dropping. He put his pre-saved QR code. He laminated a bunch of flyers and just put them up everywhere on like every block. And I'm like, that's smart as hell. Like I'm about to start doing that. People ripped them off eventually, but some of them are still around. But you know that it catches your eye though, because I even went up and I was like, oh, who's this guy? You know, and that's definitely, I feel like, a unique way that I'm about to get on that.
The QR codes is the way,
QR codes is the way for real.
I wish there was a way to make them more like. I wish you can like embed a QR code like into a sticker.
Into like a photo or something.
Yeah, or like so like when you see a photo like because naturally like it's a dope picture.
Let me take a picture
I'll
of
take
it.
a picture of that, and
then the thing comes up.
Right. Oh, word.
So that's not a bulky ass QR code that you gotta scan.
And it's like into a that would actually be fine. I'm sure there's a way. There gotta be a way.
There has to be a way, and if there's not, I'm about to make that a way.
I think what you could do, I don't know if it would work though, is like do the QR code, put it on top of the photo, lower the transparency of the QR code. Because I'm like, would it still be scannable?
Like a watermark?
Kind of thing. But where it's like low, so that way would it still be scannable?
Or like put it underneath and layer the photo
That's
on top.
laying the photo on top, maybe. Either or.
Damn, that's actually a good idea. That's fine. Oh, yeah? That's like
Boring.
She said, yeah,
like,
boring.
skip this.
No, a question I was gonna ask earlier about even like having a child that's so like into like the creative arts. Is there like, if they were to make music, like, is there like a certain place like would you be like more hands on that, or would it be like a thing of like I'll set up or like or like
I give you foundation.
Yeah,
no,
I would 100% just give it that foundation and you free reign. That's your artistry. Whatever you do with it, I respect it and do it. Yeah, because that's one thing. Like artistically, my mom is actually a singer too. She fucking sings. She's always done that. She's always had a voice, but her dreams were crushed at a young age. So she always made sure to support any little thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to dance. I danced from when I was 5 to 16 years old until I couldn't because of health issues. But like as soon as I stopped that and I was like, well, I want to do this now. She was like, okay, how do we get it done? Like let's do it. And when I started making music, she was one of the main supporters. She'd be sitting there reposting my stuff. She don't like what I talk about. She hates cursing. She's a born again Christian, so she's like, oh, do you have to curse so much? I'm like, Ma, expressing myself. What do you want me to tell you? Like,
no, for real.
It's not polite.
My mom's like, my mom getting on that page too. She like, you don't want to make something with a little less, and I'm like, why? This is how it is.
Like, it's me. I don't even tell you. Fucking, my first curse word was fuck, and I was in the 3rd grade, and like, she washed my mouth out with soap. It was a whole thing. So she knows what's up. It's just one of those things. From a very young age. That's how I express myself. But she's always been very supportive of me in the artistry. So anything she want to do, that's, I give you the foundation, whatever I can do, however I can help you, however I can push you. We got a little studio building in the crib, so if she ever want to sit down and I'll set it up for you, there you go. Do what you're gonna do. So 100%, I would just support it. I don't think I wouldn't want to be one of those like momagers and like, no, you should do this and you should sing like this and like whatever you feel, like let it flow.
Like, do that.
Yo, that's. I feel like in a way that's such a beautiful thing, and like to even hear like your mother was a singer. It's like feels like a lineage kind of thing.
Yeah, low key, and I mean, she had me and my brother. She focused pretty much on that whole mom life and everything. She was married all these years. Ended up, she left my father and they got a divorce. And after that, she started, pursuing her dreams and living her life. And she's starting to. She keeps hitting me up. She's like, I'm gonna go to the studio and make a song. Like, how should I do this? And how do you think you can find a producer that can do this? And I'm like, yo, I got you. Whatever it is you need, like we'll find somebody that can do that.
And we'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. So she's like trying to make some gospel music now, and I'm like, let's fucking go. It's so fun. But now she's in her 50s and she's trying to do this, and I'm like, I think that shit is fire.
That's fire.
Like, it's never too late.
It's the 3 generations of artistry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would love to hear some like Jesus is king,
Right?
fusion.
I be sending her,
that'll be
you
fire.
see where people be rapping a drill, but they make a Jesus.
Yeah.
I be
Christian
sending it to her
drill.
all the time. She's like, oh, that's nice.
Christian drill. The hymn got it.
Yes.
The hymn got it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. No, like coloring book, but like make it drill. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
That'll be dope. Nah, MamaBlue, it's been dope having you on.
No,
man.
yeah, thank
For
you. I know we
real.
running real late.
Nah, and we're wrapping up and coming into our last segment on the show, Lingo Talk with Lingo, where we ask all our guests to give us their favorite slang from where they're from.
Lingo, my
Yeah,
favorite
and
So
slang.
you from Harlem, you from Brooklyn, you from the city, feel me? So you
Yeah,
could give us whatever you
It's
want.
a wide range.
There's a lot of lingo.
There's a lot of lingo. I gotta pick one.
You could throw a couple, but like
We gotta start warning our guests. But I love the off the dome.
I
thing.
love the off the dome
But-
because people would just give you the most
Yeah.
natural response because it's the first thing they think of.
But I feel like
I
you
don't
can
even
be
want
like,
to say what I want to say. It's easy.
SMD, I'm guessing.
There you go. You heard
But
it
very
here first.
loud and boisterous.
You know,
You know what I'm saying?
Take it
Straight like that.
disrespectfully.
Straight like that.
nah.
A long one. The long ways.
the long way. That's
the
it.
long way.
way.
The long way.
Matter of fact, that is the long
Nah.
way. Whatever it is,
The long way.
Nah, the era from the back,
Oh my
that
god.
was
from
hilarious.
the back.
I'm just like,
Like what?
Something
Like,
I'm
that's so.
like-
How do you.
I mean,
Anatomy, like.
I was, no, you can't start that direction.
No, you can.
You can't.
Yeah, you gotta work.
You gotta work your way there.
Yo, this is not safe for work.
NSFW. I was trying to figure
No,
out the.
it's OBB.
OBB, only big blunts word.
Yo, it's your homie ATM.
It's your boy O.
MamaBlue.
And we are the Lingo. You wanna come? Say hi to
Say
camera.
hi. Say hi.
Ain't your girl?
And this is
Now.
Yay!
Lingo, y'all.
So y'all stay up, be safe, be easy.
Yo, thank y'all for having me for real.
Yo,
Blessing.
thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Peace.
And blessings to all you guys.
Be easy.
Later, y'all. Later, y'all. Later, y'all.